Manx Radio Sport.
All the way through to FC Alaman goalkeeper Adam Killier, who no nonsense gets the ball forward. Sean Doyle's gone down under challenge from Jack Taylor. Referee says nothing wrong with that. Here's Belcher into Appleton in the centre of the pod. That's a nice ball out to the left-hand side. Sambisi with a bit of space up against Sherry. Turns inside on his right foot. Sambisi turns again onto his left across goal. Grimshaw and Prestwich Heys lead. FC Alaman 0, Prestwich Heys 1. And it's Lee Grimshaw in the right place at the right time. Sambisi on the left-hand edge of the box after a lovely, well-weighted ball from Bryson Appleton. Turned back inside on his right foot and then cut back again with wrong-footed Callum Sherry. His effort across goal fell to Lee Grimshaw. And there's big claims from FC Isle of Man that it was offside. The flag was not forthcoming. And Grimshaw was all alone in the 6-yard box just to tap into an empty net, Darren, the visitors lead.
Yeah, I don't think he could believe the space that he had. The ball just fell to his feet and he kind of just stumbled the ball into the back of the net because I don't think he believed that he had it. That was incredible by Appleton on the right-hand side. Skipped away from him really nicely and he just couldn't get the ball into in the most dangerous position on the pitch in that centre of the goal, but FC Alaman have a free kick here.
Free kick on the right-hand side. There's Steve Whitley standing over this, so a left-footed in-swinger into the penalty area around 35 yards out from goal. Into added time, 2 additional minutes at the end of this first half here. Whitley into the box. Sean Doyle's headed down. James Badger goes down. Sean Doyle towards goal, deflected and in. And FC Alaman have an equaliser out of almost nothing right at the end of the half. FC Alaman 1, Prestwich Heys 1. Whitley's delivery only half cleared by James Badrock, who went down to ground as he headed it here. He seems to be in a bit of discomfort here, but no foul in the eyes of the referee. It fell to Sean Doyle, who just swiveled on the spot. He took a massive deflection past Harry Allen, who was rooted to the spot. You could only watch it just bobble into his bottom left-hand corner. And there is going to be just a little bit of treatment, we think, for James Badrock here. But it looks like the goal is going to stand. And FC Alaman with a set piece right at the end of the first period. I've got on level terms, Darren, 1-1.
Yeah, they have, and a goal out of nothing again, I think for the 4th time this weekend for FC Alaman, really. Sean Doyle just finding himself a little bit of space in the box, and very fortunate, I think, for that goal to go in. Deflection off the defender, and just took the goalkeeper by complete surprise, and he had no chance really to save it.
Midway inside the Prestwich Heys half, who looks for a long floating ball down the right first time to the lively Appleton. McDonnell is there to clear this time for FC Alaman up to Ben Wasser. That is the final action of this first half. Half time in the NWCFL Premier Division. FC Alaman 1, Prestwich Heys 1. Right footed into the near post. Burns wants to get the header on. That's cleared away by David Badrock. As far as Watson again on that left hand side for FC Alaman. Short pass backwards to Danny Jarry. Seems to have recovered for the time being. Infield to Jack McVeigh. And then that's cleared by Grimshaw. Chance for Prestwich Heys to break. Lovely ball through from Appleton to Sambisi, who's straight through on goal. Up against the goalkeeper, Adam Killier. He's gone round him. Sambisi into an empty net. Brilliant, incisive counter-attack from Prestwich Heys. FC Alaman 1, Prestwich Heys 2. They break instantly from an FC Isle of Man corner. Bryson Appleton picks it up in the centre of the park on the halfway line. He feeds the marauding run of Takura Sambisi, who's beaten his man for pace straight through the centre of the park up against Adam Killier. No worries whatsoever. He took it round to the goalkeeper's right and then just poked it into an empty net. So FC Isle of Man, from a position of promise, have gone and conceded right up the other end, and it is the team propping up the table that take the lead for the second time in this contest. FC Isle of Man 1, Prestwich Heys 2.
That was a great finish from Zambezi there. Picked up the ball in the middle of the park. Appleton as well, able to feed him and just showed that composure to get the ball to him, but Zambezi, that was a really good run from him.
That's the halfway point in the second half. FC Man 1, Prestwich Heys 2. There's the throw-in into the centre, looks for Doyle. That's looping around in the Prestwich Heys penalty area and then cleared by Edwards for the visitors. McDonnell. Now Pennington wants to recover this on the edge of the box here. Skips past the challenge of Hughes. Can't get away from David Edwards, goes flying in on the challenge. And the Prestwich Heys players are incensed by Dean Pennington's challenge here. And David Edwards has stayed down. It's a straight red card. Dean Pennington, only minutes after coming onto the field of play. Dean Pennington has been sent off for FC Isle of Man. The Ravens' day going from bad to worse here. Well, Pennington, he skipped past one challenge, and as Edwards came in, he just seemed to lunge at it maybe just a little bit when David Edwards got in there. The Prestwich Heys midfielder got in there, and immediately, Darren, the Prestwich Heys players were absolutely incensed by that challenge, and Dean Pennington giving his marching orders.
Yeah, I think you can always tell the kind of challenge when you see the reaction of the players. The Prestwich players were absolutely incensed and they all just stopped and ran towards the referee. I didn't really get the greatest look at it, but it did seem like Dean Pennington just lost the ball and he tried to get it back and maybe just got it wrong and caught the Prestwich Heys player high up on the leg.
Prestwich Heys, we can see Luke Jackson getting ready at the moment. Right-footed in swinger to the near post from Prestwich Heys. It's cleared by Ronan McDonald of FC Isle of Man. Kyle Watson wants to chase this and try and set FC Isle of Man away. Kyle Watson hacked down under a challenge from Bryson Appleton, who's going to be pulled back here. Alex Maitland goes to the floor and there's a coming together between the players. Alex Maitland, I think he thought he was being shoved to the floor. There's another FC Isle of Man player down, and quite frankly this is getting a little bit ridiculous. Jack McVeigh, it's a red card. It is a red card for Prestwich Heys, so both teams now reduced to 10 men here, and there's still all sorts of disagreements going on up on the halfway line. Well, Kyle Watson broke down the left-hand side, and Bryson Appleton just seemed to take the legs out from under Kyle Watson, pulled back for a free kick. As they made their way forward, Alex Maitland seemed to stumble into the path of the referee, I think claiming a push from Connor Martin, I think it was. We'll just wait for confirmation on that, though. And then there was all sorts of a melee going on. Jack McVeigh of FC Isle of Man ended up on the floor. The players on both sides in there. It's Connor Martin who has been sent off here, the substitute. So two substitutes, Darren, have been sent off. Dean Pennington first for FC Isle of Man. And Prestwich Heys are now reduced to 10 men as well. We might not be done here, Darren. There may be more cards coming.
No, I don't think we are, because Connor Martin wasn't the player that hacked down Ronan McDonald.
Kyle Watson on the left-hand side.
Kyle Watson, sorry. Yeah,
no, it was Bryson Appleton with the challenge there. There is another card coming here. We don't know. It's another red card. And who is this red card for? It's for another Prestwich Heys player. Well, this has descended into chaos in the last couple of minutes. Well, Connor Martin has been sent off, and there's still afters going on with David Edwards. And David Edwards was on the end of a red card challenge earlier in the half here. And in the fracas that ensued after that challenge on Kyle Watson, and Prestwich Heys are down to 9 here. So from having a one-man advantage, they're now at a one-man disadvantage. I think Connor Martin is just down in front of us, protesting his innocence at the moment here, but David Edwards has been sent off. First time ball to Dan Simpson here. Simpson, Luke Byron, good sliding challenge yet again on that right-hand side for the visitors, puts it out, and it's going to be a Dan Simpson throw on this left-hand side. Another chance for FC Isle of Man to load the box down.
It is again, Danny Simpson's long throw.
Simpson, Doyle heads towards goal, off the post, and off the post from Jack McVeigh. It's a huge goal mouth scramble, and it's gone behind. Big claims from FC Isle of Man that it's crossed the line. Well, there's big appeals. It's a corner. It's a corner. Well, it was absolute chaos at the back post. The throw in across from the left-hand side. Doyle's header beats Harry Allen off the post. Jack McVeigh from point-blank range hit at a goal off the post again, and then it was a huge ruckus at the near post. FC Isle of Man convinced it crossed the line, Darren, and it didn't, but it's a corner.
Yeah, I have no idea how that's not gone in the back of the net.
Steve Whitley looks to the back post. Charlie Higgins will get there. Ryan Burns on the volley, back into the mix. Alex Maitland! It's in for the equaliser! Alex Maitland, like the buses. You wait ages for one, and then two come along at once, 2 and 2. For the centre-half right at the death. FC Isle of Man 2, Prestwich Heys 2. Well, from a moment of madness on the goal line, the FC Isle of Man corner on the right-hand side is not cleared. Ryan Burns scuffed his volley on the way back in. Charlie Higgins had a go and completely missed it. And Alex Maitland, fresh from a half-volleyed finish yesterday afternoon, just hooks it towards goal through the body of players. It's beaten the goalkeeper, clipped the inside of the post and gone in, Darren. 2-2.
It was nothing like a shot yesterday, but it went in the back of the net, and that's all that matters for FC Isle of Man here. And they've got all the momentum coming into these last 3 minutes now. They thought they had the ball in the back of the net, but they had it a few moments later.
Goes from right to left to Ryan Burns in the centre circle. Lays it off for Jack McVeigh. He wants to look for the long ball forward. We can see the signal. McVeigh looks to the back post. Thompson heads clear. And that is the last action of what has been a very intriguing and very interesting second half, I think it's fair to say. Full time in the NWCFL Premier Division. It's honours even. FC Isle of Man 2, Prestwich Heys 2.
Manx Radio Sport.